Hello YouTube, this is Ahi. So this week I'm going to mix a hardcore EDM song. I'm not entirely sure what the genre is called, but the artist is called Starquake and the song title is called Attack and the BPM is 146. And here's the reference track that the artist sent me, and he said that he wants that like the mid-range bass to be really loud in the mix. I did a mix earlier. He said that he really liked it, but he wanted that to be more in your face. So I'm going to remix this entire song, but let's listen to the reference song a bit. Alright, that's the song. And what I did earlier was that I color coded the session. And I did some like volume. You can see here the kick is at -12. So the starting volumes were quite alright that way. So I don't need to play around with faders that much. So let's check what do we have here. So we have drums, which are these here. And then we have the bass line. Then we have the main melody. And this one has the effects, so it has the reverb and delay. Then we have another and then a third synth. Alright, and then what is called a saxophone. Then a bottle, like a xylophone thing. And then we have the main synth at the end. Alright, so what we are going to do is that I'm going to pull down all the faders here. So we start from this fader and go to this fader, pull down all the faders, remove all the automation read, just click that. Alright, so I'm going to start mixing. They are all going to the mix bus, which is right here. The reference track is not going there, and I'm going to put a limiter there just in case I get like an over, so you don't jump out. Alright, so I'm just going to do this. Nothing. It's doing really nothing there. So, let's start. Alright, so I can hear that there is some issue with the relative phase of the kicks. So let me check on the wave levels. So are they going the same way? Oh, it has just a reverb, so that's why. Alright, so I'll just keep it down I don't really need the reverb. Maybe I'll turn down my mic just a hair. Alright, I hope that's better. So that is like a really punchy kick. Let's see if they are all playing throughout the same time. No, this one is double. No, they are all playing at the same time, but is it till the end? Yes, they are all. So I think I'm going to use this as my main kick. Alright, and let's see if I can do something cool with this. So these are all stereo tracks, by the way. They don't really need to be, but they are. Alright, now we have just the low end of that. And then we can just high pass this one. And then let's add in the main kick. Alright, so there we have our kick. If I need to do something to it, I'll just do it later. Then let's check the snare. Let's add it in. Again, I don't really need the low end from the reverb, so let's just high pass this. Alright, that's the snare, kick and snare. I think I'll actually do the same thing here, so a bit more attack. And then this is not German techno. So just preventing it doing over. And if you're wondering, the mix bus has a -12 dB limit here, so it doesn't even hit the 0 yet. So next thing we have hi-hats, which we have here. And then the reverb that I'm going to pan to the right. Alright. Then we have hi-hat number 2, which comes in here. And with this, I'm going to try this stereo delay thing. A dot at 8 to the left, and an 8, and do like a 25% mix. Let's see how it now swings. Perfect. just needs a bit high passing. As you can see, it's really subtle, nothing very special about that. Let's try just a bit feedback here and cool. Then we have a crash that also starts here, so let's go back a bar. Alright, I want a bit more tail to this. I remember that this could use a bit more, so let's try. Cool. Next, what do we have? We have Explosion. That's actually the same track I just had divided into 2 tracks, so it sounds like this. So I'm going to do the same thing here, so EQ, Q1 stereo, 100 Hz. This is the high, so we do a high pass. Then for the other track we copy it, but do a low pass instead. Low pass, alright. So now we can do like so that we make the low end a lot louder. Alright. And then let's just compress this a lot. Alright, let's see it in context. Alright, the top end is a bit too loud. And maybe, you know, a reverb, but with a lot, a bit of pre-delay, decent reverb time, no low end. And cool. So now we can hear that. So then I'm going to skip the bass and I'm going to go straight into the melodic stuff. Alright, so main melody. Because I noticed that I tend to have a thing, if I do bass first, then I'm going to stack everything else on top, so it will become a much quieter thing. Alright, high pass. Don't really need anything below 300 on that. And once again, a bit longer reverb. This is why I have like a fader for the effect. So cool. So then let's do this tilulilu, whatever it is. Alright, here I hear that this has like a lot of like 800-ish. Like a lot of that. I'm going to just do this. And then high pass it. And without it, you won't really need that. So let's just give it a bit more volume, so 12 dBs maybe. Cool, and let's give it some reverb also. I would use like the same reverb, but I really want to use different lengths of reverbs. So I need to do this after the EQ. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do EQ here instead. So high pass, 250. Alright, let's still increase just here. Alright, let's see where it comes in. Alright, so we just wind just a hair. And let's make it like super wide. I think this will do. See, same thing here, so let's do a high pass. EQ, high pass. And then I want to distort this just a hair. Alright, cool. So, now let's go back here. Alright, I have toms here, so I'm going to put them, because it sounded kind of weird because they didn't come in. Alright, now I'm really thinking that I really need that bass, so let's put it in right now. So this is the main bass that he wants to use, and this is the... And this is what I think I'm going to use just the low end from. Alright. let's do the high pass for this bass. Here. And then I'm going to compress this really a lot. So then we are missing these blue tracks, yes. Alright, these four start at the same time, so let's just turn them up and see what happens. I kinda dig this. Oh, no wonder it didn't do anything. I'm on the wrong channel, so let's reset. Maybe not that much. And then we'll do this also a bit more wider. Let me compress this so it will squeeze in a bit more. Alright, so. Alright, I think I'm going to have nightmares with this. So, I'm going to low pass this. And I noticed that it has some really annoying frequency coming in, so let me boost that. Alright, so EQ. Alright, and then let's compress this one also. Alright, it's really bothering me that this is like leaning so much to the left, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make it mono. Or at least less stereo. So if we check here, this one is like 6 dB louder, so I'm just going to drop it from here, so -6. Actually, let's make it wider. Okay, this one, I'm not sure about this one. This is kind of also like a bass, but it's kind of fighting with the other one, so what I'm going to do, this just a hair. Then high pass it, you know, so that it's not fighting with the other basses. Alright, now it's perfect. It's like, if you take it off, you hear that it's gone, but it's not really like poking through. Alright, now that this is here, I think I'm going to just do just a bit of a delay here. So like this. Alright, I'm again missing something, so let's do the bells. But I remember that this last one is going to be the main riff for this part, so I'm not going to keep the bells really loud. So let's compress those. So let's save at this point, and I think now we have everything open, so let's check it from the beginning. So this is now our bass low end. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to squeeze the shit out of that, so it's going to be really But I think that when this part came in, it was a bit too loud, but otherwise it was pretty nice. I really want actually this to distort a bit more. So let me try to actually just add distortion to it. So distortion. Alright, now I'm noticing that the kick is getting really lost in the mix. So what I could do is I could turn it up, but it's better that I turn the bass low and down instead. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a compressor here. Alright, and make it a sidechain. Sidechain to the bass. And without, as you notice that it's not really adding any volume, it's just making the bass quieter, and I really dig this. Alright, so this is my mix right now. Let's compare it to the reference mix if we are doing better. It might be a bit louder, so I'm just going to adjust the volume if it's needed. It's about the same. I think on the reference mix, the bass is a bit overpowering the melodic elements. I think that crash, those crashes need to come up here, like. Alright, let's see if it works here also. And the explosion also needs to come up. I think I'm actually going to also change this also to the bass side chain, but not as loud. I'm just going to do it like -6, so let's see what happens. Or maybe I'll just do it to 0. Okay, didn't really help. So I wonder what I could do to make it louder other than volume. I guess not much. Or I could just try and put the top end just yeah, I guess. Let me just high pass this just a bit higher. Cool. Let me also compress this with a limiter. But as you notice, the low end drops like really fast, so I'm just going to try this. And then let's add just a hair of reverb so that it gets more reverb time. So 6 seconds. But yeah, now the low end is obviously way too loud. It was just so that I could hear it. So let me turn it down so that it's on a level that sounds good. Cool. Digging that. So let's check the compressor that it's actually doing. Let me actually boost the mids of this, like just a really small amount. You can hear how it like really pops. It's just 3 dB, so if you take that off. Yeah, that 1 dB difference actually made quite an impact. So let's get it from the beginning. This is the only one that I can't really hear. I think I'll just try to turn it up. So let's make it. That is a cat in the background if you're wondering. I'll go check what's wrong with her. Actually, I think I'll just cut it down. 3000. 0, 0, 3 dB, 10 compressor. Oh man, that really cleaned up the low end. So let me put on actually a low pass on the mix bus so we can hear what it actually does. What is playing on the low end of this mix. So if we put the stereo. So this is the subs. What is playing there? So Q2 you are here. So let's see what's in the bass. Dun, 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 dun. I really need to remove that there. So I guess it's the bottle that's playing there. Oh, it's a combination of the main melody, the saxophone, and the bottle. So I guess I'll just, you know, high pass them all. This is high passed. This is high passed. This is not high passed. Oh, actually, I think it's high passed here. Yeah, but still, nothing wrong with that. All right, that's high passed. That's high passed. That's high passed. That's high passed. That's also high passed. This is not high passed. So the main riff. Actually, I think I'll just use a just a hair longer reverb on this. So, like 4 seconds. Alright, that's it for the basic mix. I'm going to stop recording here, and if you guys really like this, I'm going to do like an automation video next. I had a problem. I tried to actually record the automation video, but QuickTime crashed and I couldn't. So here is a comparison of the final product. The upper mix is mine, and the lower one is the reference mix that the artist sent. So as you can see, if you just compare, the artist's version has less dynamic changes in the song. The volume difference is actually like less than half dB for the whole song, so it's not like a volume difference really. Our loudest part is as loud, so I think I managed to use the song dynamics to my advantage, but you know, I'm not entirely sure how same we are on the subject, like is the mid-range of the bass like as loud, but I think I managed to get it as loud. Anyway, I did some automation, nothing big, like just volume automation, that mostly. So let's check it out. I'm starting with the reference mix, and then when I press solo it goes to my mix. So I made this build up. And listen how much this is pumping. So if you compare here, the song kind of implodes, but if you compare mine, it kind of explodes. So